you folks doing? Hope you're doing wonderful. Welcome to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time listening, thanks for stopping in. And of course, if you're a returning listener, I appreciate you being here. I got some newer decks for you guys today. I've got the Starseed Oracle, which is fantastic. And as a birthday treat for myself here in this lovely Virgo season, I just got the Golden Botticelli Tarot deck. Just did my first reading for my Virgo signs, of course, with it. And let's get started with yours. It's a Pisces full moon, which is why your reading's coming second. So let's dive in and see, what is this Pisces full moon bringing for you? So it was forceful. It said pull it. So here we go. Ah, look at that card. It's beautiful. It says, I remember, hang on, where's my camera? Here we go. It says, I remember. And it says, soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. Now, I haven't pulled this card yet, so let's read the book on this one and see what it has to say. It says, I remember. All right. There was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now, when you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life. We live in a world of free will, and therefore these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. Woo. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life, to trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was prearranged on your life's timeline. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision, to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of the larger plan. Your question is, what are you being called to do to surrender to your soul's plan? Ooh, and it's page 77. That was a message. I've been seeing a lot of 777s lately and 77s. Got 7 crystals in here, like, hello. Ooh, a song just came through. I'm gonna wait on it for a second, but a song just came through. All right, let's dive into the tarot and let's build on this message or see what else is coming out for the full moon. And look at that card one come out first. One card. Just pulled that one for Virgo. All right. Part of it's pointing out this kind of green thing back here, and it's talking about the hedge. Like this is a hedge of protection. This is also, it's mentioning hedge witches, which I claim to be a hedge witch personally because of the fact that most of my gifts originated from and correlate to dream walking, dream journeys, astral projection, like any kind of meditational, sleeping, crossing of the world spiritual practices. I have sleep paralysis and stuff like that. Like there's a lot of that involved here. So some of it's talking about some dreams. Some of it's talking about hedge witches and the actual practice of riding the hedge, going to the other side to gain wisdom and knowledge and summon items to you for you to use in the real world. That's the whole other aspect of hedgecraft. And it's also talking about a hedge of protection, and that's very much what a hedge witch was anyway. She lived on the edge of town near the hedge, which is the border between the city and the people, and of course the wild unknown forest. So these people are sitting within the protection of the hedge, having this kind of get-together party. It's very much pointing out this man to me, kind of looking over his shoulder, like almost like you can turn the corner and you can see past this hedge. And as I was saying for Virgo, this Nine of Cups has a cup spilled. So somebody, it's like not every single dream or wish can be fulfilled as part of the message, Pisces. Like not everything can happen. But there's an overall energy of your wish fulfillment, things coming to fruition, being protected, being like sheltered from some of the wild unknown in that sense. So that's, and we were talking about the fated life versus the destiny life, the life you were born to versus the life that your soul chooses, fate versus destiny. And that's where it's like, he's looking around the corner like, maybe there's another life for me. Maybe that's part of the wishes that want to be fulfilled. Not everyone's going to be happy about that, right? But it's like almost everyone's happy about it, or most of your wishes get fulfilled, but there might be one little thing that's kind of like, right? There's something there. I literally feel like you're trying to like look around the corner of this card over here for some reason. So you're trying, and that's what I'm talking about, looking over to the other realms, looking around the corner, looking over the hedge, looking behind the veil. Oh, it kind of popped at me. What else? What else is coming out for this Pisces full moon? The Magician. It said like, it is your will, or if it is your will. This Magician card's really lovely. It's very much, it brings up like Aristotle and like Ptolemy and like Copernicus and like all those guys back in the day that were studying astronomy and alchemy. And they weren't just scientists, they weren't just philosophers, they weren't just this or that. Some people would call those people a magician in a sense, because they were kind of like a jack of all trades, a master of all trades. They just know how to work with the different energies, all of them. Ooh, oh snap. Okay, it was talking about how this cup was spilled over and how the Magician is almost like making a new cup, producing a new cup. Part of it's like, oh, hey, did your cup spill over? Like, there you go. Right? Here, you can have this one. That's kind of what just came through there. So there's something about like your ability to fix this, like turn this cup upright, right? So if you're unhappy about something, if not all your wishes are being fulfilled, you have the ability to turn this cup upright, to make a new cup for yourself in a sense, or you're offering that to somebody else to, I don't know, correct the situation, get everybody happy in this party. And it just kind of said, why? And it said, because I have the power to create this new cup. I can do that, right? Like, why would you take the time out of your day to help all these folks or help this one person or do this one thing? Like, why would you do that? And it's like, because I have the power to do that. I can do that. Like, why not? I can freaking make that cup out of thin air. Boom, done, right? So why not do that? That's very much tapping into some Virgo season energy. That sounds like you tapping into your life purpose. Like, why let everyone's cup be unfulfilled and spilled over when you have the ability to fill that cup, to recreate that cup, to produce a new one out of thin air? And that's where you're recognizing your ability to, yes, make the choice to follow your destiny life, to correct a, I don't know, event or feeling or something that got overturned, to provide someone else with their wish fulfillment and happiness, because that's another trait of that card, is just your willpower, your ability to do that. And if you desire to serve others in that way and make them happy in that way through your practices, through your work, then that's exactly what you should do. And we were talking about this hedge of protection and hedge witchcraft and stuff like that. So there's definitely something here about some spiritual studies, some possibly alchemical practices. Like, I think it's very much saying you're protected. Not everyone is totally on your side about all of this stuff, but even if they're not, like, if you're capable of doing this with your gifts and your powers, Pisces, like, go fucking do it, right? The woo! Powerful ass message just came through. Like, I feel that one in my soul. It said, remember your purpose, is what it just said. Remember your purpose. You're remembering your purpose. Two of Pentacles. Look at these little bitty teeny tiny satyrs. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, stinking cute. It's pointing out how there's two pentacles, but there's like these three satyrs. They look like they're kind of mischievous. They actually have a jousting, what is it, a stick? Jousting stick, whatever you call that thing. And then this one's got a conch shell, which is definitely a Pisces symbol. I was actually looking at that. It's posted on my Instagram, which I have the link in the video description below. There's an image of all the zodiacs, like things that are associated with the zodiac, and one of them's a conch shell related to Pisces. So there's a bit of an answer. It said answer. Oh, it said answer. It said there's a bit of an answer here in regards to your calling, and you can feel this is like your inner child energy in a sense. You can feel it blowing the horn of this calling. Okay, nice. It's talking about even though this is a Two of Pentacles, it's talking about the trinity of energies that can exist within both goddess mythology and God mythology, right? So we think of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. When we think of goddesses, we think of Maiden, Mother, Crone. This is kind of embodying that in a more masculine way. So it's like you've got, you know, this guy with the jousting stick, you got this one that's summoning the calling, and then you got this one that's, I don't know what he's doing, but kind of like keeping an eye out, feeling a little mischievous. Maybe he's just more observant in a sense. There's like three aspects of your spirit, Pisces, that you're trying to bring into balance. And not only that, with it having to do with Pentacles, this is something you're literally trying to balance in reality. This could definitely have to do with finances and children. There's like three different aspects of your soul and your spirit calling, and you're starting to maybe tap into children, or you have children in your life and you're trying to figure out, like, how do I take care of my kids and do this work and serve these people? Like, how do I do all of this, right? And it just said spiritual calling. Like, so some of you Pisces are feeling a spiritual calling towards children. It could be your spirit babies. It could just be like you're gravitating towards children. I think they're paying attention to you too. So if you are noticing a lot of children flocking to you in a sense, I think it's just building on this energy where I was talking about, like, your energy's naturally serving people. You're recognizing your power to correct people's feelings and situations because you have that ability. Why not use it to make the world a better place? And that is a glowing, radiant, beautiful energy. Look at all this red. Very stable, loving energy, and that's what attracts all these like childlike energies to you. And it's very pan energy. It's very like just satyr little fawns of the forest. Like I've got like this, it makes me just kind of want to like dance a teeny bit. Like that's what I mean. It's like the flora and the fauna like all coming together. And you can say the fae. Oh, thank you. There goes the fae. It's talking about the fae and the spirit world of those little creatures, right? That's what I mean. You're noticing all of this like flocking to you, coming around you. And I think what you're really sort of battling a bit is just maybe this like one person or like this one thing, this one flaw in your vision and your plan, and you're just trying to balance some aspects of your real life. But I think the major energy is really about stepping into your purpose to serve others, to glow in your light, to remember your destiny. Like, oh, I'm feeling it, y'all. Like, oh, I'm feeling this message. All right. Let's get some more cards. Let's build off of this. It just gave me the song from The Sword and the Stone. To and fro, stop and go. That's what makes the world go round. And of course, Merlin is in that as well. Okay. And as we speak of Merlin, look at this King of Wands. Now, of course, we have the Magician too, but I mean, that's a staff, that's a wand, that's some Merlin energy too. Or it's just a more mature, I was gonna say it could be like a more mature Arthur energy at some point. But anyway, getting lost. So with this King of Wands, look at it, look. I was saying it's a more mature Arthur energy. That's what I mean. There's something here about this like jousting stick and these wands. It's like you put down the jousting stick in an essence, and you've taken up instead the staff, the wand. It could still be used in a similar way, right? So there's still some authority coming through on this card. There's still that kind of energy, but that's what I was saying. It feels like a more mature energy. It's not so mischievous. It's not so like, because little creatures of the forest, little spirit energies like that, the fae, they always talk about how like they're mischievous and they'll trick you and stuff. And that's where some of that energy is being balanced out. And it was very much commenting on the maturity of this king right here. And that's what I'm saying. It's like there's that childlike energy is important. It is vital. It's so nurturing to be around that energy, but there's a bit of a mischievous tone to that, and I feel like that is being replaced by maturity. And instead you're being inspired by children in your life and remembering your traits as a child and things like that, right? And that's what helps you be a more mature King of Wands energy, is connecting to that childlike energy, but knowing that you're not a child. And it just gave me that whole Bible verse. When I was a child, I understood as a child, I spoke as a child, but when I became a man, I put aside childish things. Like, woo, it just dropped that on you. That's this King of Wands energy right here. And yes, and did you know, I didn't know this until about a month ago, that a King of Wands energy, honestly, can sometimes be a healer. Woo, I didn't know that for the longest time, but I understand it now. It makes me think of like Gandalf and Merlin and, medicine men sometimes and things like that. A lot of times King of Wands is about career. So you could be considering a career in healing because you're remembering your destiny life. You can remember your ability and your powers to help serve others in this really positive way, to nurture these children and these other spiritual energies that you feel flocking to you from the other realm, from the other side of this hedge. You're remembering all of this, Pisces, and you're feeling the calling, and it's like you want to be a healer. It's like you want to be that magician. You want to help people with these gifts that you're sensing. Like, boo, go do it, y'all. Like, yes, that's what I'm talking about. I will always support you in that. I will always support you in that. Ooh, and it just gave it to me right here, like fire. Like there's like fire under this, almost like a pulpit in a sense. It's like a holy flame. Like there's something. So I mean, I can feel the energy up in here, Pisces. Like there is like this, like you trying to get something started, like just right. And this is like where you're at. This is where you're trying to go to. You're trying to master all of this energy. You don't want to just be King of Wands, master of that. You want to be the master of all trades. You want to kind of like leap over this obstacle, leap over this hedge, bridge that gap to the other side, connect with these spirits, connect with your destiny. Let's Let's get one more over here. I'm definitely catching a bridge shape in your reading. So I feel like this is what's coming up for the full moon, and it's not going to make everyone happy. It's certainly not if you make this transition into this type of lifestyle, but it said it could make a lot of people happy, right? Yes, and with this Eight of Pentacles here, if it was a question about abundance, I would say it's going to take some hard work and some craftsmanship and some skills, but the promise of abundance is here. With this Eight of Pentacles, like, he's definitely working, right? Look at all his tools. Look at all his tools. He is hard at work, and yet look at how beautiful the craftsmanship is. Look at how focused he is. An 8 is the symbol of infinity and abundance. So as much as you have to put that work in, that's as much as you're going to get out of it. And that's another part of that lesson. If you're scared to bridge this gap and go across, start working your way into this destiny life, then kind of Spirit's last little note on this is, you know, you get in what you put out. If you work hard on these things, if you work hard to craft them well, to manifest them into life, if you work hard to serve others, and let's take that word hard, it doesn't have to be hard, it's just, right, it's about the amount of energy you put into things. If you put a lot of energy into those things, people will notice and they will return that energy to you. Just gave me another lesson. It was saying like energy is neither created or destroyed, it's just transferred. So whatever energy you put into this way of life, if it's a new job, career path, if it's whatever, I think I'm definitely getting the healer vibe off of this, like a masculine healer vibe. Whatever you put into that, that is what's going to return to you. So there is a promise of abundance here if you put the effort in, right? Get one final note. What's the one final note on this? It's such a powerful reading for you guys. I mean, I expected that because it's your full moon, but like, woo, buddy. Feeling that. Look what I was saying about kids. Yes. Look at this Ace of Cups. This is the Virgin Mary with the Christ child. Ace of Cups. And, you know, depending on how deep you go into your spiritual theories and everything, you know, the feminine aspect of Christianity, for example, is a rose versus a cross. So like Rosicrucian Christianity, like Knights Templar stuff, right? The cross is the masculine, the rose is the feminine, the Holy Grail is the feminine energy, and then you would say either a sword or a wand is the masculine energy, right? Something along those lines. So this is very much talking about that feminine aspect because we do see that grail here. She is sheltered by those palms. It's definitely giving me, like, it's just definitely bringing up like the whole thing about the palm leaves when Jesus rides in on a donkey, right? And so it's giving me all those holy symbols. Look at these lilies. Those are peace lilies. Those are Christ lilies. We've got all this blue here. It just says Stella Maris, which is Star of the Sea, Star of the Church. That's what a lot of people refer to the Virgin Mary as. And of course, what's really just bringing at the end of the day is that Holy Grail energy, that deep feminine beauty and wisdom that is honestly the other half of the church that connects that, but it's been written out of a lot of our holy texts for a long time. So it's like, it doesn't quite get the attention and appreciation that it deserves, but there's something really beautiful and fantastic. So much that, like, you know, Mother Mary and Mary Magdalene, there's a few female figures that they did save in those stories, and that is all that beautiful energy that those women embody. That is what's being brought through on this card. Mary Magdalene energy especially is associated with a blue rose, and that's what I was there's some Mary Magdalene energy coming here. And of course, go watch the Da Vinci Code to find out all about that whole side theory. It's true to an extent, though. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. You're awakening to a ton of stuff. And look at the blue tying up to this and her pose and this. I'm just saying, like, you're awakening to a lot of feminine energy. You got a lot of strong masculine energy for sure. There's there's a really strong feminine energy underneath this, supporting you and showing you the way. I was talking about water. If this is a bridge, this is like the water. Like, the water. So much stuff coming off this pile. I've got to wrap it up for the day, but that's what I got for you, Pisces. So you've definitely matured in your energy. I'm feeling the healer vibe, or at least the desire to serve others. You might not make everyone happy in life, but you are protected behind this hedge of protection. Yes, you are sensing energies from this other spirit realm. Yes, you are connecting to spirit babies and fae people and the like. Yes, you're sensing that. Tap into it. And if you really feel this calling, you're going to get in what you put out of it. And the feminine aspect, especially if you're masculine, is supporting you. So all these actions you're taking are being supported from within by your spirit, by that holy grail, by this destiny filling you up. And I said, so don't waste it. That's what I got for you guys. Let me know how that resonates for you. Happy Pisces full moon. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.